passionate souls. Today we are speaking to the beautiful Vita.
Hello.
It's a
So
pleasure to have you here with us today, Vita. Thank you for
you
joining
too.
us. Thank you.
Yes, of
And
course.
I would love to have you share with us a little bit of who you are. Who is Vita?
Well, the first thing I might want to mention is that I love angels and I work with angels strictly in my professional life, but also in my private life as well. I'm an energy worker. I do energy healings. Healings as in it doesn't only mean like healing people, it also means destroying structures and rebuilding that person from bottom from the bottom, right? Um yeah. Well, I've been always interested in helping other people in my life generally. So it's like this is kind of like my dream come true, like doing energy work, healing others. Uh, I'm 20 years old. Maybe I should have mentioned that at the beginning. But
Beautiful. Young.
clearly, I wanted to mention the angels. Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. So, what do you or how would you explain that you work with people or that you do what it is that you do?
Hmm. So, I mean, let's start off with okay, I got some clients, right? And I do different types of work with them. It
Mm,
really depends on what they are struggling with, what they have in mind to work on. Maybe their self confidence. Okay, that's chakra, instant like chakra system, right? So it's like a angelic energy healing. You
yeah.
would say that. I would ask them certain questions that I channel from the divine, from
Mm,
their spirit guides, and we just work through it. We just find the point where everything started, and that's where we just start healing and cleansing that past point so they can thrive. Then we also have trauma work. Trauma work is similar, but it's more in depth. It really comes to the point where you got to go into a past life even
yeah.
and really dig up the past life trauma that this person experienced and then heal it in the present life. But I also ask them questions that I channel, and they also tell me about their past, generally abuse, anything that horrible things that happened, right? And I ask them how they feel when they think about that now. That's the trigger. I
Yeah.
there's like trigger points that I need to activate. That's why it's very sensitive work. And that's why I need to the people really need to think before they start this work. Are they ready to confront their triggers?
Right.
Are they ready to release them? Um yeah, all you can think about if you think about trauma work is just generally letting go and healing traumas. Physical traumas, emotional traumas, just like traumas from the past, right? Um Yeah, also physical healing. Physical healing is just like, okay, if you have a stomach condition that is not treatable because they can't find the cause, maybe there's like pains everywhere, that comes from the subconscious because it's been reprogrammed into subconscious that you must have pain whenever you see a person that you don't like.
Yeah.
Because I have the same thing.
Yeah.
This is the example I'm taking from myself because I healed myself. Um, I lost my lead. Physical healing. Person has stomach issues. Yeah, we basically either go into the physical and see what's up with the nerves or what's up with the subconscious or conscious mind. Maybe it's a stress factor, you know? It's very like healing in general is a very complex thing. You
Yeah.
can't pinpoint it at one. There's like multiple things. So I work in many fields when it comes to
It's
healing.
multifaceted, even
Yeah,
multidimensional, out
exactly.
of the confines of time and space
Yeah.
in a way.
So basically, when you do like a one-to-one healing online, it will not affect whether we are in person as well. It's the same thing,
Right.
basically, what I believe, because it's like energy is energy. This computer right here that I have is energy. And if I transmit energy through the computer through you, it will come either way because
Right.
I have you in the astral. I work in the astral to heal people. Yeah.
Beautiful.
The other thing that I do that I integrated because the angels, actually have trained me. I will get later on to that, right? There's like talisman energy points that I make in the astral with intentions. I also remove like astral parasites, right? And they're really pesky. So what you want to do? I don't think people have done that before. I haven't seen it, but I have recently integrated that feature. You basically like take a little talisman, you imagine it in your mind, like a picture or something, and then you set the intention that hey, okay, I'm gonna put this talisman in the body, and I'm setting the intention that these parasites that are all in the body, physical, metaphysical, spiritual parasites, are going to be dissolved or transmuted or reused, recycled their energies. And these energies are going to be used to heal the person itself. So these energies are going to serve the person instead. You know, it's a lot of thought going in there
Yeah,
with
a
these
lot of
talismans.
intention. Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
being aware of your intention, of the intention that is being set for
Yeah.
healing.
The intention is really important when it comes to this work. If you have even if you have like a bad day and you have just bad intentions, you are annoyed by the person, you should be very careful what you're putting out there because it's still an energy form. And with me and many other powerful healers, I consider myself very, very powerful because I have seen what I can do with this power.
Right.
I've manifested my physical reality by healing my traumas, healing myself, you
Right.
know? And it's very important. The intention, always focus on the intention. What is your intention when you heal? What
Mm,
when you say things, when you do things? This is putting out an energy that is going to be either vital or very deadly in a situation. I
true.
really have to point that out because not many people know that and they're like, "Oh, you said a bad word, therefore it's bad." If you put the intention that it's bad, fine. If you just say a curse word funnily, the intention is light-hearted.
Yeah.
Therefore, there's not so much heavy energy in that,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Um, and I mean, that's where you are now. You're 20 years old. You are in earthly years very young, and you've come already a very long, long way. There are many people who consider themselves catalysts for healing, but they are a lot older than you are, and they're doing, similar work in their own way. So
Sometimes even simpler.
sometimes
Sometimes.
even simpler. Yeah.
Not everyone.
Yes. And this is very, I think it's very beautiful. It's the reason why you got onto my radar a while ago. I noticed you a while ago. And yeah, I saw the work that you were doing. And I thought,
Mhm.
wow, this young person. And then I realized you were younger than I even thought you were. That's like,
Well, what age did you think I was?
yeah, I would say I probably thought you were like 25, 26. And you're
Damn, okay.
Yeah, yeah, you're a youngster, but you know, our physical body has nothing to do with the wisdom and the age of the soul
That we
within.
carry. Yeah.
Yes, yes. What would you say, Vita, is one of the most difficult, or what are one of the trials that you had to work through or go through, transform through to get to where you are today?
That's a very good question. It's like nobody really mentions the process of what you go through, right? So what I had to go through to get where I am, let's just say a lot of confrontation with like I always mention traumas. I always mention the past because it has a lot of relevance in your present life. Does it control your present life? Yes or no? So what I had to confront in order to get where I am, my own fears, my own traumas, I really had to look them into the face and say like, "Hey, like are you really benefiting my life right now? Like why are you reacting the way you are?" And that's where how I discovered how to do trauma work.
Yeah,
The angels led me, guides led me. They just put me on the focus on the spot and told me like you need to focus on this. You need to figure out where this emotion comes from and really write down. I don't like writing things down, that's the thing, but when I do, when I figure out things and come to the realization that a small matter became a really big matter,
yeah,
that's when you realize it was like when you were young, okay, you were very impressionable, you know, as a child. And this little matter can turn into a big thing because it keeps growing like a cyst, you know? I had to do a lot of trauma work basically, and really just open myself up to spirituality more, to the metaphysical
Yeah.
things, to the spirits, to the angels, so I can receive them more, so I can um, just heal more, allow them to heal me, because we don't allow them to heal us until we tell them like, hey, you have my permission to heal me, to do
Yeah.
things with me. And a lot of things will go wrong. You will fuck up
Yeah.
generally, but you will rise up really quickly if you know how, if you have belief in yourself, that you are strong, that you have this faith within you, like, I want this path, I need to go forward. And I do have this faith. Therefore, it's where I am right now. Yeah. Trauma work.
Beautiful. 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 So you said that you work with your people, let's say clients, the people who find you, with energy work, trauma work. Um, what else? Is there anything else that you do to help people or to guide people? What do you what do you offer the people who say, Vita, I want to work with you. Can you please help me? What is everything in a nutshell that you do?
I mean, a lot of channeling. I'd say generally
Very
it's channeling, energies, channeling messages. It all comes down to channeling, I believe. What else do I do? I do spiritual artwork. I channel these beings right here. I have all my paintings, the Wall of Angels,
beautiful.
sunlight on my hair.
I was waiting for you to mention that, your beautiful artwork. Yes. Yes.
Yes, it's on my social medias. Don't worry, we'll link it.
Yes.
um, and these paintings are very special because these paintings, whenever I paint them with the intention that this being puts their energy inside of it, so it's like a portal. So whenever you look at the painting, you instantly connect with the being. Therefore, what I offer is spirit guide paintings, higher self paintings. I offer all demon paintings, demons even, you know what I'm saying? We have guardian demons, we have our guardian angels. I can
Yeah.
channel all of them in a painting or even in a sketch. I do sketches as well, like sketching down things.
Mm.
Yeah, drawing them. And the energy is already there. So if you look at the painting, I think visual representation of the beings that you work with is important because I'm a very visual person. That's why my energy work is pretty successful because
Yeah.
I imagine the energy going somewhere. That's why it's so powerful. You know,
Right.
the imagination is very powerful. That's why creative people are, in my belief, very, very special, but one of a kind. Each one of them, you know? Yeah. Anyways, I do drawings. I am an artist, spiritual artist. What do I ah, something else I do. I do Akashic readings, and that gives clarity of mind of what is going on in the present life. Did the past life affect them in the present life, right?
Yeah.
So I'll do these readings and I'll tell them like, hey, this is what happened. Maybe we need to do a session on that, a trauma session.
Mm. Mm.
And that's how we mostly clear out like karmic stuff as well. I also do akashic work with Archangel Kamael, Chamuel, however you might call him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he guides me to these akashic records, and we clear out stuff because I am allowed to do that because I am trusted. Basically, I'm not privileged. I am trusted. There's no privilege in that. There's trust. You need to trust the individual, that the angels need to trust you first in order to even get you to where you are. Like, to go into the akasha, to someone else's records, is already like, they trust you a lot at
Yeah.
that point. You
Yes.
have a lot of responsibility, not privilege, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's big work. Yeah.
Beautiful said.
Yeah. I mean, I don't do tarot readings anymore because, yeah, I believe the path changes each and every second that you talk, that you breathe. And if you do a reading with a person and it turns out not to be true 3 days later, who's really to blame? I saw the energy as it was at the present moment. I I cannot tell you that, oh, it's going to be this way. No. How is it going to be in the next 3 days? Like, no. I
Because
cannot tell you.
divine will comes into play, and we can change ourselves what it is
Yeah,
that we want to do. It can change at
exactly.
every moment. Yes. And I think
Yeah, exactly.
things like tarot or oracle card readings, these are just a small little guide for that moment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So whenever someone, for example, I don't point to anyone. I don't point fingers. No, no, no. It's a natural thing, right? So love readings, for example. I
Yeah.
did those, and people are like, "Oh, my lover. Does he love me? Does he dream of me?" I'm like, "Yes, this person sometimes thinks of you." They're like, "Oh, what else?" And I'm like, "Talk to them. Maybe talk to them. You know, these readings won't bring you closer to them. They will only read into the situation right now, you know?" And then later on, they came, "Oh, something terrible happened." I'm like, I'm not really to blame for that, am I? Because they really tried to point fingers at me. I'm like, excuse me?
For those of us who do decide to go to, I don't know, a spiritual mentor, guide, coach, spiritual worker, someone who helps with, like, a becomes a catalyst to healing, it is still our own personal responsibility.
Yeah,
With what action do we take? What is the
exactly.
next step? What is our next decision? It's still our responsibility, no matter what someone else outside of us says, even if it is insight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And
So most of the stuff is usually inside of the person that we read. Outside, you can't really see because it's a mask, a
yeah,
booth, you know? Yeah.
yes. So, Vita, if you can share with us, where can people find you? Where are you? Where people can say, hey, I do want to work with Vita. I'm interested in either channeled art, energy sessions with Vita, healing sessions with Vita. Where can they find you?
So I do have a personalized website that I made, so we're gonna link it down below, either on YouTube or on Facebook, right here.
Right, right.
And I also have a YouTube channel where I upload healing videos and informative videos about general spiritual things, angels, astral parasites. I recently made a 40-minute video about that. Check it out. It's gonna be
Wow,
linked below.
wow.
And my own research has been done through that, and my own experience as well, because I have a lot of experience when it comes to these astral parasites, and it's not fun. And I also have Facebook and Instagram, not really. It's like YouTube, Facebook, my own website, and also I got an Etsy store. Never mind, I also have another website, an Etsy store.
Beautiful. What is the name of your Etsy shop?
Oh, I gotta see real quick.
Let's find it. Let's find it.
Let's find it out.
But
Yes.
I know that on Facebook we are able to find you under Vita Insights.
Yes, exactly.
WITA Insights. INSIGHT on Facebook. That I know for sure.
Exactly. My Etsy shop is called Spiritual Insights Vita with a V instead of a W at the end. Yeah, Vita.
Oh, that's different.
So we're gonna link that down below. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Is there anything else you would like to share with our listeners and viewers today, Vita?
Hmm. There's much to share, and if you got any questions, I can answer them. But let's see. Hmm. I mean, yeah, okay. The one thing about my Etsy shop, it's not the same as my website. Let's just say that. On my Etsy shop, I actually offered channeled letters, which I forgot to mention. Channeled letters from your spirit guides, your higher self, guardian demon, guardian angel.
Beautiful.
Um, and energy healings are on there as well, but it's more of a remote healing rather than a one-to-one online. So
Yeah.
it's like whenever we have a different time zones, I'm like, okay, we can do remote healings. It's gonna affect you the same way.
Right.
The price is still gonna be same because the effort is still the same, right? We talk on Messenger, we have a conversation, or via email, but I recommend Messenger because it's more direct, in my
Yeah.
opinion. So yeah, yeah, that's that. Yeah, I lost my lead. Just like I do channeled letters as well, just to let you know, and remote healings. Um,
Oh,
yeah. If you're interested in remote healing, let me know. I offer these as well. They're very simple. You don't have to do much. Just tell me your life story.
just tell,
Yeah,
just explain your life story. Put in a few details in there,
everything relevant and irrelevant. Yeah.
and just to explain to anyone who has never received a remote healing before, um, how does that work? Do they need to prepare for it? What do they have to do? If there is anything that they should do?
Hmm. Well, personally, I'd say there's nothing really to do except give consent to the healer
Mm,
because the consent is the main point where you can let the energy in to heal someone, but you really got to be careful who you give your energy to, who you accept into your energy. Because
right.
there's some sketchy people out there, just saying, but I've been doing this since almost half a year,
Mm.
a year and a half. Yeah, 1.5, 1 year, 5 months.
Yes, yes, almost a year and a half. Yeah.
Yes, and I'm legit. That's all I can say. I can't it's like the only way I can prove to you that I'm real is if I'm doing a healing on you or if
Yeah.
we talk, you
Yeah.
know? I genuinely care about people and I want them to be well. It's like generally I have to make a living somehow, right? And if I do it with this, for example, energy exchange, I think it's fair, basically, in
Of
this time
course.
and space. Yeah. So I do care about the well-being of my clients a lot. I check up on them, like how are you doing, and I do channel information if they need to eat something in particular, avoid something. I let them know right away because it risks their life as well. If they eat something that is poisonous to their body, it risks the entire energy healing into starting over again. You know. So
Interesting. Interesting.
yeah, interaction.
Wow. So also then not only are you doing the remote healings, you're also you probably often receive in a way channeled messages or um,
Downloads.
even advice
Yeah.
that you also give over to the receiver
Exactly. Yeah.
to help them on
It's
their
You're
path.
basically like a nurse for them.
Yeah.
It's like they're laying in the bed and you're like, "Do you need this? What can I do for you?" It's not only like, "Oh, I give you the healing." It's like with some Reiki healers, for example. I mean, you also do Reiki healing, right? Yeah.
Correct. Correct.
They send the energy. It's a, it is effective. You know, my parents are Reiki masters, level 2, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I got inspired to be a healer as well. But yeah, goodness gracious. Um, Now I lost my lead. This coughing, this coughing. Seriously, where were we?
We were at you were talking about some Reiki healers.
Yes. With the Reiki healers in general, what I've experienced, I have went to Reiki healers and it was very effective. But there is sometimes aftercare, but I didn't really see it that much. But
Yeah.
with energy workers is like umbrella term, right? Energy workers, trauma work, shadow work. Like I said, what I do. They check up on you. They give you, I don't know, Bible verses if they're Christian, because that's what I've been given, which I don't mind. Bible verses. I mean, yes, Bible verses, but they're also prayers, I guess.
Yeah.
And if they work with angels, I've been to angelic therapists. I consider myself to be an angelic therapist as well because it's
Oh,
like therapy. We talk about emotion, we go through it. The angels tell me what to do, what their past was. I go into very sensitive detail when it comes to my clients.
yeah.
So therefore, it's like therapy. Yeah,
Yeah. But that's
yeah,
beautiful. Yeah, you don't always get the aftercare from
yeah.
sessions, you know. Um, but I think that's beautiful that you provide your clients. a bit of aftercare too, and checking up on them to see how they are doing, and
I mean,
that
you want the
means
best for them, you know what I'm saying?
that means a lot
Mm,
emotionally as well.
yeah. For someone to care for you, it's like, especially when you do trauma work or physical work, the person is struggling mentally and they don't have a way out of their mental prison. And when you comfort them and tell them, like, hey, this is the thing you got to do, or you ask them certain questions, this is going to lead them to get out of this cage and, like, really see the bigger picture of all.
Yes.
Because it's very important to do aftercare. Any energy worker out here, do aftercare with your clients. It's very important. Don't just leave them
Yes,
hanging.
it is. It is. It
Being
is.
serious. Yeah.
The role of caring for your clients. It's beautiful.
Nursing.
Yes, a nursing, a spiritual nurse.
Yes.
Spiritual
Spiritual retreat.
nursing. Spiritual nursing. Well, Vita, one last ask. Anything else that we have not covered, that I have not covered yet, that you would like to share with us?
I'm gonna look around my room and find some ideas.
And find some
um, let's see. But the only thing I can really mention is that I also do sculptures. I'm working on one right now, and this is of an archangel. And
Wow, that is incredible.
yeah, this is Archangel Samuel. Yeah,
And we have hair.
the
Yeah.
Wicca.
Wow.
Yeah, so I do sculptures, but it's very rare. This is like on the occasion where it's like, okay, I need to do something. And it feels like a real person to me. Whenever I touch them, it feels alive because their energy is inside of there.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, the other thing I can mention, like little details. Like I also channel unknown archangels and unknown demons and unknown beings that exist beyond our knowledge, beyond the books that have been written about angels, for example.
sure.
And I work with them as well. These angels also get assigned to certain people, and I tell them like, hey, you should interact with this archangel, and this is archangel for this, and there's really powerful archangels out there that we even don't even know about.
Sure.
So yeah,
I
that's
can
what I
only
say.
begin to imagine. I can only begin to imagine.
Mm.
There's
But
so
there's a
much
lot of love.
that we don't understand, that our mind, our earthly mind, does not understand.
That's true. Very true.
Well, thank you very much, Vita,
Of
for
course.
talking
Thank
to us
you.
today and telling us a little bit of what you do, a little bit of your journey, and how you work and share with your clients and the people who come to you for guidance too. And everyone, we're going to say everything will be linked below here on the YouTube channel and
Yes.
also in the description of our podcast, of this show today, of this episode, where you'll be able to find where and how you can work with Vita if you're interested in a session from Vita, or even the channeled art that if you're watching the video that you see right behind her, which also your girl here, I also have received two lovely channeled arts from Vita, and I've just
Mhm.
loved them. I love them.
That's lovely.
Thank you, Vita. We hope to
Thank you.
have you on here soon again,
Oh, okay.
talking about maybe angels or archangels. That would be probably a topic that everyone would love to hear more about. So that
I'd
would
love to.
we'd love to have you again.
I know a lot about archangels and angels, so yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that's a topic that we would love to hear more about, I'm sure.
sure. They can. You guys can ask down in the comments below what questions you have about angels and archangels, and we will catch up with you.
Ye- Yes. Beautiful. Thank you very much, Vita, and
My
thank
pleasure.
you all passionate souls for listening or watching today. We will see you on the other side and on our next Passionate Soulpreneur episode.